Penta, it's WICR. This is the all-new WICR. We're now on Live 365 and Ustream.com. Just search WICR and like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/WICR Iona College Radio.
Good afternoon, Iona College. Welcome to Today with Matt and Dave. This is Thursday, April 7th, and I cannot believe it's April. I'm Matt Ricker.
And I'm Dave Horvath, and yes, April already.
Yeah, it's...
This is going by quick. Talk about.
It's been a crazy week. I don't know about you, Dave. Yeah.
It's been such a long week to me.
I'm ready for the weekend, even though the weekend is packed full of events, which we'll explain.
Oh, ton of events this weekend. I'm excited because I have just a ton of exciting things to do this weekend, but just a long...
Me too. All right, we're going to get right into it, starting with campus news. We have a very sad story to report to you. Brandon Lawrence of Yonkers, New York, who was a college freshman here at Iona, passed away over the weekend in a tragic shooting in Lincoln Park here in New Rochelle. For those of you who don't know, Lincoln Park is on Lincoln Avenue, which is off of North Avenue. I can't even imagine what the family is going through right now. So we certainly, our thoughts and prayers go out to them. And Dave and I would like to hold a moment of silence for Brandon and his family. Okay, thank you for participating in the moment of silence. A prayer service is being held here on campus at this moment in the Aragoni Chapel. So I'm hoping a lot of students will go. Unfortunately, we were not able to be there, but we are there in spirit. So again, our thoughts and prayers are with the family. Now, also in campus news, we got a big weekend ahead. We have the jumping too fast.
Got me through the Friday before we get to Saturday.
On Saturday, there is undergraduate tours and info sessions, one at 10:30 a.m., the other at 10:30 a.m. and the other at 12:30 p.m. And then, take advantage of that. There's only one more Saturday tours and info sessions. And then after that comes the May 1st deadline to deposit and if you are an accepted student. So take advantage of all these events. And then on April 17th, which is a Sunday, is Accepted Students Day. So be sure to sign up on ionaevents.org. Also, moving on now, on Saturday, there is the Care Package Drive sponsored by Students for United Veterans. So, you could go and support the troops. And, if you want to donate, you could bring some supplies such as socks, packs of cards.
Any type of food. They have a lot of non-perishable foods,
right.
Anything like that. Contact Tim Morgado if you're going to do any of that, things like that.
Yeah, so I'm planning on being there to pack up a few boxes. And then also a little later in the day at 4 p.m., John Kasich, Republican presidential hopeful, is coming to the Iona campus. And just to be clear, this event is not being sponsored by Iona College. It is being organized from an outside organization. So, just so everyone understands that, the college has reached out to both the other Democratic candidates as well as the other two Republican candidates. So we'll see what happens with that. But it is taking place at 4 p.m. in McKinley Gym. And it's... so in McKinley Gym at 4 p.m., the doors open at 3. You must get tickets through their online website
to go to it, which I mean Matt also have gotten our tickets, so we will be there in attendance.
Yep, and I'm excited. I don't know about you, Dave.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we can get some sound bites from
Mhm.
Governor Kasich, just so we can play it for you guys on the show. So
Yeah.
that's our goal of it. Hopefully,
Mhm.
hear some interesting points he wants to make. But I would like to definitely get some sound bites from him. So hopefully we can make that work out.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get in. I hope the line isn't down North Avenue.
Yeah, no,
But I'm gonna try and get there as early as possible, and see if we can get in there. And who knows, he may not even be taking questions from reporters if the media decides to show up. So we'll see, though. It is exciting since this is my first, and I'm sure your first rally.
Yes.
In being in attendance for a presidential candidate. So we're excited. So that is taking place at 4 p.m. Doors open up at 3. Another huge event on Saturday is Relay for Life, and that is a fundraising event to raise money for cancer research. So that is a big event. There's still time to fundraise. Almost every organization, including all the Greek organizations, are doing fundraising for this event. So if you'd like, you could certainly donate to someone's page. I know that a lot of individuals are having their own page. SGA has their own fundraising thing. So join any of the teams and fundraise, and it'll be a good event. I'm looking forward to
anyone who's
going.
fundraising, if you make over $100, you get yourself a t-shirts. Like I got myself one because I had raised over $100. So
wow.
Yeah, no, I'll be wearing that Saturday. I'll be there Saturday. I'm excited. After the rally, I will be in attendance at Relay, and I don't know what is now the start time for that, because I know they pushed that back. Do you know exactly yet?
I think it's 6 p.m.
Okay, but that's going to be now. Isn't that getting moved over to Hines now?
In Hines, which is the upper, bigger gym where all the basketball games go on, which I think is better because it's bigger, more space. McKinley is a little.
I mean, they did Hines last year, and it was a lot better than if you did McKinney. That's just my opinion. It would have been too tight. Would have been way too tight. But it'll be a fun-filled weekend.
Yeah.
So I will be there. Matt, I don't know. Will you be at Relay, Matt, at all?
I will. But I won't be. I mean, I'll participate. I didn't fundraise, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I'm getting some student reaction and some sound bites for ICTV, so I'll be there. I'll be there. Just reporting and.
Yeah, so swing on down to Pi Kappa Phi, because I'll be more than welcome to talk, you or anyone else.
Sounds good. You know me. I'm always looking for those interviews.
Oh yeah.
Moving on now. That's all the campus news. Do you have anything else?
I just got nothing with campus news. And just anyone tomorrow. No, I'm done.
Now moving on to national news. As you can imagine, 2016 race for the White House has been on our radar for quite a while now, since the start of the semester, since it is indeed an election year. Last week, we were fortunate enough to have Dr. Zano, a political science professor here at Iona College.
Absolutely fantastic, by the way.
Yes.
If you didn't get to watch the show last week, I highly recommend you watch and just listen. She was awesome, and it was kind of cool because people don't realize they got to hear what we said on camera or behind the scenes, just talking with her. She's just a brilliant woman, and it was really cool of you just to listen, because she would be getting notifications from her sources about things that were happening, and they were stuff that we heard later on the main news. So it's kind of funny to hear them from her first, that before they were put up nationally. So it was great to have her on. I'd love to have her on again. I really recommend, if you haven't listened to that show, listen to it next week. Listen from last week's show. Listen to it.
Sounds good. Yeah, we posted it on all of our platforms. Our Facebook page. If you haven't liked our Facebook page already, please do. We need your support on Instagram, as well as we don't have Twitter.
We don't have Twitter yet.
Yes, that's a work in progress. Also, feel free to follow us on Twitter. Mine is and Facebook and Instagram. Mine is @MattRicker5. And yours is
Dave_Horvath_.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you go on to our main Instagram page, WIC Today with Matt and Dave, or Matt and Dave _WICR, you will see that in the description we have both of our personal Instagrams too. So if you want to give us a follow, hit us up, whatever. Just let us know, and
Mm-hmm.
see what we can do.
Okay, so some national news. A Trump rally was held in Bethpage, New York, which is on Long Island. Um, Lines were down the street, down the blocks surrounding the area that he was giving the rally. So he had quite a lot of supporters there. Ted Cruz held a rally in the Bronx, visited some schools. The battle for New York is between Hillary Clinton and Sanders, as they both have been in New York for quite some time. Bernie Sanders, as we may know, was born in Brooklyn, New York. Hillary Clinton served as a senator. Sanders is now questioning Hillary in regard to her qualifications to be president. So, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. As you know, there's a lot of issues surrounding her qualifications, such as the email scandal and Benghazi, but we won't get into that. That's a whole nother ball game.
That's a whole nother 6 shows.
Yes.
just by themselves.
But I just want to give everyone an idea of the candidates' latest standings. In a poll conducted on Wednesday, in a national poll, Trump has Republican support of 40%. Cruz has 35%, and Ohio Governor John Kasich has 20%. The Democrats, Bernie Sanders has 49%. And Hillary Clinton has 47%. So it is the gap
tightening
is,
up.
Yeah,
And it's interesting just watching the news today, since Sanders has made such a stride in the Democratic, for the Democratic nominee. It's interesting now that the news, they were talking about, Hillary's saying that he supports gun laws because he didn't oppose the Sandy Hook thing, which I'm sorry, I think is a bunch of baloney. Just because the man didn't oppose it does not mean you support it. It just means you have no comment on it. That's just my opinion. My other opinion is, this whole blame the gun manufacturer's fault for the shootings. I'm sorry, that's a very illegitimate statement to make. It's the gun manufacturer's fault that someone went and made a decision to make horrific crimes to go take innocent lives. I don't think so. If the gun manufacturer knew it was going to happen, they obviously wouldn't allow that. But you can't make decisions on. You can't look into the future and see what people's what they're going to do with some ideas. It's not fair to blame people for things like that.
I agree. And now, in a poll released today, this was conducted yesterday, as with the other one, Trump is leading in New York Trump has the support of 52% of New Yorkers. John Kasich has 25% of New Yorkers, and Senator Ted Cruz has 17%. So
now, is New York a winner-take-all state or no? Or is it 50% over you get all the delegates, or is it just to get split up evenly?
No, I believe New York is not a winner-take-all.
Okay. On both sides?
I'm not sure about the Democratic side.
I think Democrat usually doesn't do the winner-take-all for most.
It's more so Republicans.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And there is no Democratic poll for the supporters for both candidates, as the last poll they did for that was on Friday. So we'll update with you the next time. Now, the delegate count, just so everyone has an idea, Trump has 743 delegates, while Ted Cruz has 517, and John Kasich has 143. Now, to win, they need 1,237, while the Democrats have 2,383. Clinton has 1,749. She currently has 1,280 plus 469 superdelegates. Sanders has 1,058 delegates, and he currently stands at 31 superdelegates. So
obviously, the superdelegates are making the difference. But if you listen to last week's show with Dr. Zano, she was telling us how even though Hillary people are saying they're going to vote for her, there's no hype, there's no excitement. And with the superdelegates, they're not forced. Just because you're pledged to someone, you're not forced to vote for them. So my understanding of this, or my interest level in this, is we will have to see when it comes to voting time who they in fact vote for. Because just because you say, okay, I'm pledged to this one, I have nothing telling me I have to do it. especially with the super delegates. They can do whatever the heck they want.
So I think that's all we have for national news, and we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to do
Sports
campus sports, and including March Madness.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.